you see through the crowd when the room is screaming out. There's only one sound, here and now. Now that you see through the haze when the
Greetings from Marco, Abella, in the heart of Priorat. We understand that they actually produce China's favorite wine. Tell me, how can 2 billion Chinese people be wrong? Flame on.
We are here in Priorat since at least the 15th century. All the David's family is from Porrera, is from Priorat. They had some vineyards. This one actually is from one cousin of his father, so everything is from Marco's family. But when the phylloxera arrived, they had to emigrate to Barcelona because it was no life sustaining here in Porrera, and they started city life in Barcelona. So we made a Kit Kat of 100 years around that we spend much more time in Barcelona than in Porrera.
It's a very special plot because we know that the age of the vineyards is not always the key point. The key point in the vineyard is the vineyard. Is the orientation, the handles, the kind of soil. So the Beret comes from Carignan and from the Beret, which is this plot all around the winery.
Okay.
But only the highest part, not face.
Oh, that's basically
Not face, high elevation. Okay. And we separate, you will see when we show the winery,
yes,
by plots, by subplots, and also by highest and variety. So from El Pere we have several parts of El Pere, so we have several wines. One of them is the north face highest part, and then we have 12 barrels, normally each year, 10, 12 barrels, and blind test, we choose the best 2 or 3 or 1.
Okay.
And we decided just to try it, and as he said before, our idea was just sell the grapes, not to construct a winery, not to sell wine and make wine, but during these 3-4 years that it takes you to recuperate the old grapes, the old vines, to replant the new plots, we start so much often becoming in love with this plot and the others that we have, with the vine, and also with the wine world, no? And we make some tastings. We learn how to appreciate the different flavors and the wine of the Priorat. So at the moment to decide to whom we will sell the grapes, to which winery, one day we look at each other and said, we have to try it, because we cannot arrive at the 80s, sitting in a sofa and thinking what will happen if we will try it at that moment. Decided to make all the treatments as organic treatment, so we started with this replanting and recuperating the old vines, making with organic treatments, and also what we wanted is make the highest quality as we could, but with a different style of wine, because we thought who will buy a bottle of Marco Abella wine if nobody knows? Yes, we have a tradition from the 16th century, but not as our own brown, no? Our own brand. So we wanted to express a different kind of Priorat, much more fruity, elegant, and also with the personality of the plots that we had. And
place you like to go.
All are very high, So it's easy, and see, we don't have neighbors.
Yeah.
So we don't have any influence from others, and we are very aerated. So it's easier to make organic treatments and now also since 2004 biodynamic treatments.
It's easier to avoid humidity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Even this part is also different from others because each plot is a world, different world. Here we receive a lot the wind of the sea. So when we receive the order.
Okay.
Now we bottle, and then we stop the bottle for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, depending upon the wine. But we need timing bottles after bottling, and then we elaborate separately by country.
Okay.
And when we receive the order, we have not before.
Okay.
We export around 80% of our production, and we export to around 15 countries. So each country needs a different back label with the name of the importer or the country or so. So we label at the moment of the order. David?
Yeah.
We are showing that
Pretty is the
here
landscape.
in La Mayola we have a
Quartz.
quartzo.
It's a little bit of quartz. Well, Priorat, in fact, and all we also have stones from ancient lagos, ancient lakes.
Possibly.
Yes. So these are the same stones you can find in Mallorca.
Okay.
Actually, the design of the winery was from his sister, Eva Marco. She's an architect.
I have profited the inclination of the mountain. The only entrance is in front, and the third floor is totally underground. It's 7 meters.
Does it help regulate the temperature?
Yes, we can regulate the temperature naturally, and we use the gravity for each step.
Okay. For the
So in fact, from the first, from the production, we receive the grapes just here in the first floor,
Okay.
on the left, and then we stem, and we have plenty of holes in the first floor, and each hole corresponds to one tank in the second floor. So so we move the stemming machine, and we divide our plots by subplots depending upon the variety, depending upon the highness of the plot, the orientation. So, for example, normally we do approximately 40-50 different vinifications.
Wow.
So we have 40 different wines, fermentations, and wines. No? So we have a lot of tanks from different capacities, and wooden tanks, concrete tanks, basically. And then each tank corresponds to one plot, subplot, variety. So, that's the reason we have plenty of holes, because each hole is one tank.
From the field. We already control them on the field before to arrive to the winery.
You guys have everything the high plot. No neighbors.
No,
No.
well, we have
Our
a
neighbors
little
on the
here.
side, but,
Yes.
but
not
you're
here.
not affected by their runoff.
No.
No.
And
The
we are
same
not
everywhere.
affected from the wind, no?
And there you see the mountain. We are surrounded by the mountain. And then here the barrel, and then the most you can rotate.
Ah, okay. Agitated.
By hand, but they rotate.
Yeah.
Because before this we rotate using these rows.
Yeah.
We rotate, but you need a lot of space.
Yeah.
So using this new system in the same place, you can rotate.
It's almost like a conveyor belt or a treadmill for the.
Yes. Because we want the contact directly to the land.
Oh.
So we have a natural humidity,
Natural temperature.
natural temperature. So we have the contact with the soil. Total.
So, Loidana 2012. It's a blend of Garnacha, 60%, 20% Canigera, and 20% Cabernet Sauvignon. It's 15 months on French oak barrels, and this is quite dry vintage. So we have red and mature fruits, It's, you will see the nose, practically dark fruits. No? The grapes come from our plot, Manchester that and we have there the younger vineyards. Our younger vineyards are they were planted 10 years ago. But we also have here part of old vineyards, part of 20-year-old vineyards, so it's a mix. Well, the base is our younger vineyards.
Yeah. But there could be actually 5, 6 different plots.
Yeah. Maybe 50% is Manzan Ferran, but the rest 50% is from other plots. Comes from gives us the opportunity to have dense wines with these powerful fruits, no? But also with a certain freshness and elements that also is good for it when for baking.
No, so the freshness in the fruit is well balanced with the back finish of the tannin. It's like the tannins aren't overwhelming, they don't, it's not dominating out. So it's really.
What we wanted to do with this wine also was to approach Priorat to everybody. And sometimes Priorat is well known like a high quality, maybe I will high price, maybe I will don't like because it's too much powerful. So what we wanted to do is, hey, here we have a Priorat that you can taste, you can pair with pasta, with risottos, with all kind of foods, and you will enjoy it so much. So why not? And this has allowed us also to introduce the wine as glasses, by glasses, so to wine bars. That it's a little complicated for the Priorat wines because sometimes people will not appreciate it, maybe more here than in other countries, but it could happen, and it had very well acceptation all around the world.
To live using, it's a philosophy of life, no?
Yes.
And it's not to live with normally. But we like to live with normally. It's enough for us. If we have more, okay, but we don't have less, no? So the thing to be to live, no? We only have to live.
We had an easy life very early in our lives.
Yes.
So we had good jobs, we had very good jobs, money. So we didn't have kids at this moment. But we couldn't took the decisions of. We had a bosses, we couldn't took the decisions of. David was a CEO of some companies, but he arrived at home. They have to do that because if we don't go by this direction, the company will not go well. But the boss said, no, I want to go to that direction. Okay, you're the boss,
Sure.
So you arrive at one time that you say, I have I have money, I have good jobs, but I don't have freedom. And I want to have freedom, and I want to take my decisions. And if we make mistakes, they will be our mistakes.
So, that's the end of our visit here. That's Marco Abella in a nutshell. David, Olivia, thank you so much.
Thanks to you for coming.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.